Walking their walks back again. Another workout. Sunday morning here in the Philippines. We'll change it up a little bit. Back with another live workout. Change it up a little with my one kettlebell workout. Some lunges today. Hurt my toes a little. Eleven people watching, not bad. 4 likes, go ahead and subscribe. Hello, Cindy. Salvador. Hello, Cindy. Hello. Riker Brown, how are you? What's going on? Not much, just working out here in the Philippines. The bills can't that high. The bills aren't that high. High. What bills? The Buffalo Bills? Cut the stream, bro. This is a nice elderly gentleman with special needs. Okay. Whatever you say. Whatever you gotta do to get through the day. Okay. Next set. Don't take too long between sets. Most of you Gen Zers can't keep up with me, I'll tell you that. Sit on your arse on the computer all day. I don't think in your 50s is really elderly, but when you're 12, I guess so. Ray, hey Ray, how are you? Rago, how are you? What are you doing for today? Working out, some online work. Probably go kayaking out behind the house here. I work online besides this, but can't really say what I do because, you know, the internet. Anyway, this is the view out in my backyard. Go kayaking out there later. People are burning their leaves. A lot of people burn their leaves. There's some fishermen. Some other fishermen right there. I buy fish off those guys. Right out of the ocean. I'm gonna work out and spend time with my fiance and baby. Like I said, I work my job online. I teach online besides do this. I'm not going to tell you before because not everybody on these live streams has good intentions. And what are you doing today, Armando? Armando Rodriguez? Where are you from? US, South America. Okay. Now we're going to move straight into my squats. My team tax cut or team spendy bear? Well, I don't want tax cuts for billionaires, but I'm a democratic socialist, like Zoran Mandami. I think we should spend more money on the middle class and less money on billionaires. It's a sleight of hand, a hat trick that They get people to vote for tax cuts for billionaires. There's no such thing as trickle-down economics. But this isn't a political channel. Hi. Hi, NASCAR fan, 18. It's been a long time since I watched NASCAR. Okay, next set. Those lunges in at the beginning. I see you on Grinder. What are you doing on Grinder? I don't think there's anything wrong with being gay, but I'm definitely not gay. Great agenda, hi. You love men. Whatever fantasy gets you going. Like I said, I have no problem with people being gay. I think some of you do. Because you think it's gonna offend me. Okay, is that 3 sets of that? I think so. Why are you closeted? Why? You little fat bitches sitting on your couch, think all guys that work out are gay? Hey, Eagle Bird, musician and DJ. Cool. I play some guitar. Eagle Bird, you play guitar too? Sweet. I wish I was better than I am. And I like to do it. It really is calming. Dips for the triceps. Walking Man Walks, cool gay name. You guys are really on this gay thing today. I originally named my channel that because I used to walk while I was filming. Hello, Eric. How are you? You guys go and subscribe. Except for you homophobes. Don't bother. Water. Stay hydrated while you're working out. Ice cold. The Grinder app guy is missing. Get back to the Grinder app. Guy is missing you. I guess you know since you're on there all the time, right? You love the cock. Do they still say that? Everybody thinks working your biceps gonna get you big arms, but it's the tricep. 3/4 of your arm muscle is tricep. Yeah, if I'm doing it for the great gay community, good for them. Hi, Gemini. Divination Oracle. Hello, how are you? Go ahead and subscribe. Give me a super like if you want to help out the channel. Never gotten a super like. Be the first. Super chat. Super chat. See, that's how familiar I am with it. Hey, Mickey, how are you? Or Mikey? I think that's Mickey, right? My assistant E. Nista? My S. Fuck you. Whatever, Chan, 4chan, is that or something like that? I don't know, I can't keep up. I don't have time, I have a life. Tomorrow I'm going up to the mountains to scout out some rivers to kayak. Try and get some video. Chris Navin USA 709. Okay. I'm not really sure what your acronym stands for there. Alright, that's 3 sets of those. Now I think I'll do some push-ups. So if you guys don't know, normally I have a gym I go to, but I just moved. The gym here is far away and it sucks. The equipment's from like the 70s. Really bad. I mean, it's cheap. All gyms are cheap in the Philippines, but so I'd rather just work at home. So I'm in the process of getting some new equipment, but right now I'm working out with what I have here. Go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more. If you don't. Philippines, for you guys that don't know, it's about 10 o'clock in the morning in the Philippines. I work from home online, my office is right there. I'm right on the coast, if you guys didn't see. I'll show you one more time. For you new people, this is my backyard. Pretty sweet, except for when there's a typhoon. There's the fishermen out getting fish. They also fish at night. I see them out there with flashlights. Very hard working guys here in the Philippines. It's a different life. Okay, push-ups. I like to do, I guess they're declined with the chair. Or at the gym I do inclines. And until I get a bench with some weights, I've been using these chair push-ups, which are pretty good. I should couch better, soft on my toes. So there we go. Likes, all right. Go ahead and watch my other videos about the Philippines if you're interested. If any of you guys want to travel to the Philippines, I have my Buy Me a Coffee where you can get in touch with me personally if you want advice on where to stay. You know, a lot of guys like to come here and meet girls. I can tell you how to avoid scammers. Give you advice on flights, how to get the cheapest flights. What else? Food in the Philippines. Food here is definitely an adventure. It's different, very different than the US or Europe or even South America. Or Africa for that matter, where I've also spent a lot of time. Well, a lot of time, I mean 2 winters in Africa. I worked there for a while, Uganda, and then I spent about a month in Kenya. Any Africans out here? I fear, I bet no, probably, but. See if I can get 3,000 subscribers, so go ahead and subscribe. I'm almost at 2,700. Maybe I should just make my goal 2,700. And then, 2,800, 2,900. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So I'm shooting for 2,700 subscribers, so go ahead and subscribe. Everybody who's watching, subscribe, and I'll be there by Christmas, which is coming up. Anybody subscribe yet? Want to help out the channel? Send a super chat. A lot of the, I'm monetized on here, but I make almost no money. So most of the money I make, I give to the beggars in the streets here in the Philippines, which there are lots of. I think about sometimes videoing that, but I remember a guy did that back in the day, and he got kind of chastised for using charity to get subscribers and stuff, so I probably won't do that, but people give me shit sometimes, like other expats, for giving money to the kids, but you know, if you give a kid 50 cents or $1, you make their week. That's a lot of money for a kid here. Oh, I finally got a new comment. Leg day. The changing this cold world. Leg day. Actually, for now, while I have this makeshift gym till I get some good equipment. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit of a chest cold. I do a full body workout each day. So I started with legs. I did lunges and squats. I only have one piece of equipment now, this 16 kilo kettlebell. So I use that for lunges and squats, which I just do it till failure, which is like 15 or 20. But yeah. So I do 3 days a week, full body workouts basically. This is my second day this week, and I've done lives both days, and I'll probably do a live the third day too. Although it's really distracting working out doing a live stream, but kind of fun at the same time. My son's getting over a cold. Some little weak. Yes, you get colds in the Philippines too. It's 10 in the morning. It's probably 90 degrees here. I got this open air. I have air conditioning in my apartment, but I don't work out in there. I work out in this open air solar. Alright, next I'm going to move on to shoulders. Kettlebell shoulder pushes. If you want to see legs, the change in this cold world, just go ahead and subscribe. Subscribe. I'm trying to get to 2,700 subscribers by Christmas, which is less than a month away, or about a month away. About a month away. What's today? The 22nd or 23rd here in the Philippines. It's Sunday here, so you guys are in the West. It's Saturday night. How come you guys ain't out on a Saturday night? Okay, shoulders. When I was in college, I used to work out with this guy that had incredible shoulder strength. I was always jealous of him. He wasn't much bigger than me, but his shoulders were just like, I always wanted those bowling ball shoulders. But sometimes it's just genetics. Iran, hey Iran. How you doing? What's going on there these days? I met a guy some years ago in Panama, a professor from Iran. He got drunk and started a fight with me actually, just because I was American and I don't know, he thought I was cocky or something. This is like 20 years ago. This Australian guy, surfer dude, you know, I was in Panama surfing, I actually pulled the guy away, but, you know, he was a nice enough guy when he was sober, but when he got drunk, he got really, you know, I know the U.S. has done some fucked up shit in the Middle East, but me as a young traveling surfer dude, you know, I was in my 30s at the time. I guess that's young. I really, you know, I was a raft guide at the time, whitewater raft guide. I really didn't even know that much about politics. This guy definitely hated me for being American. I don't think we should ever hate each other for where we come from, because most of us don't have anything to do with what our government does. And I was definitely against all that Middle East shit back in the 2000s. I voted against George Bush twice, actually. That's when the neocons were in charge, so the Democrats probably wouldn't have been any better, but right now, Trump said he was going to be the president of no wars, but he's starting a war in Venezuela. He tried to end the war in Israel. I don't think he really did. This isn't a politics channel. Or can we all just get along? When someday the aliens come and invade us from another planet, we'll have to all get together and get along in this world to keep ourselves from being exterminated. I know it sounds like a sci-fi fantasy, but it's quite possible. Go and subscribe if you just got on here, guys. I work out. I film it 2 or 3 days a week. I'm starting to anyway. I'm in the Philippines. I do my Walk and Land Walks channel here. I'm a whitewater kayaker, so I'm starting to do some of that here. I live at the beach. I could give you advice on traveling in the Philippines, traveling in Southeast Asia in general, traveling in general. I've been all over the world. Anything. Budgeting, flying, where to stay. I moved from the U.S., Colorado, but I grew up in New York City. But I've been living in Colorado since the 90s. Getting over a chest cold. Guys, when I'm feeling down about myself, feeling under the weather, not feeling great about, you know, Hi, Lisa Page. Where do I know that name from? Anyway, if I'm not feeling great about myself or my confidence is low, a good workout, a long walk, something like that will bring you right back up. Gets those endorphins flowing, you know, makes you feel good about yourself. I think more people need to do that. Stop spending all their time scrolling. People want you to be engaged on apps like TikTok and stuff. Not that I don't do it, but they want you to be engaged. Thanks, Lisa. Go ahead and subscribe, everybody. I'm going for 2,700 by Christmas. People want you to be engaged. You know, they're not like me here just sitting here talking about whatever. They want to tell you, you know, the world is ending, this is happening, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's racist, everybody's this, just to keep you scrolling, but it's not good for your mental fitness. Okay, moving on to biceps. Like I said, this is my one kettlebell workout. I don't really have any other equipment right now, so I make do with what I have. I'm gonna do curls with this, one-arm curls, 16 kilos, so I'm gonna get so many reps out of each set. Curls, you always want to keep your arm as steady as possible. Oh, 10, that's pretty good. 16 kilos, like 30 something pounds. The left arm's weaker. Right-handed. One set. You guys want to help out the channel, subscribe, share, give a super like, all that stuff is great. Trying to get to 2,700 subscribers. I love that anybody's interested in watching me work out and hearing me babble on. It's great. If you have any specific questions about anything, I'm a geologist as well, but I've traveled all over the world. I know a lot about traveling. I know a lot about different parts of the country. I know a lot about kayaking, skiing, mountain sports. I was in Colorado for years. I was a professional kayaker, ski patroller, working out. I've been working out since high school. Took some years off. Getting back into it heavily. I just decided that as I was getting older, you know, I always read the first thing you lose is your legs. And I started noticing that at one point that, wow, my leg strength is going. So I'm back into working out all the time and I'm loving it. Barbara Kinley, how you doing, Barbara? Hi. Go ahead and subscribe, Barbara. I'm looking to get to 2,700 subscribers by Christmas. Like I said, I make a few pennies here and there off of this channel. Whatever I do make, I usually hand out to the local kids in the street here in the Philippines. 90% of the people are poor here in the Philippines because of corruption and inequality in the government. You have people who work in the government, like senators and stuff, are multi-million billionaires. I mean, billion pesos, which is not like $1 billion, but Okay, next set. Like I said, I only have this 16 kilo kettlebell, so I can only get probably under 10 reps right now. Let's do the second set. Alright guys, go ahead and subscribe. One more set of those and I'm going to call it a day. 41 minutes. That's 10 minutes longer than my last live stream. Subscribe, share, comment. Like I said, ask me anything you want. I mean, some guy was asking me why I'm not on Grindr, but that's, you know, I'm not gay, but I have nothing against gays. But, you know, you could ask me questions like that, I'll answer them, but if you want to ask me sensible questions, I'll answer those too. Like I said, I'm a geologist. I like to hike, ski, kayak, travel. Questions about any of those, I've done tons of that. Working out, of course. I know a lot about working out. The Philippines. That's what this channel started out. That's mostly about the Philippines if you look at my videos, but I got kind of bored with just talking about the Philippines. So I started just doing lives, working out a few weeks ago. I'm having a lot of fun with it. No, I'm in the Philippines. I live here part of the year and I live in the US part of the year now. I've lived also in Africa, and I've lived in Chile, and I've lived in Ecuador, and I've lived in, well, I think that's about it. I spent a lot of time in other parts of Southeast Asia, like Thailand, Bali, Malaysia. So if you have any questions about any of those places, feel free to ask. Okay, last set, and then I'm out of here. Go ahead, subscribe, like, comment, share. Give me a super chat if you want to help out the channel. Well, if you really want to help out the channel, go buy me a coffee. My buy me a coffee, I'll link that below later when I put this online, when I make it live. Because the super chats actually, YouTube takes like 35% of that money. Like I said, I know everybody's broke right now. So just share, like, and subscribe. It's great. Alright, that's it from me, guys. Have a good day. See you next time.